Good morning, here. Hope you're all enjoying it. Thank you for joining us. One of our core products, which we are redesigning with AI, is Gmail. We just had a new, fresher look for Gmail, a recent redesign. Hope you're all enjoying using it. We are bringing another feature to Gmail. We call it Smart Compose. So as the name suggests, we use machine learning to start suggesting phrases for you as you type. All you need to do is to hit tab and keep auto-completing. The product, which we built from the ground up using AI, is Google Photos. So we are bringing a new feature called Suggested Actions, essentially suggesting smart actions right in context for you to act on. Say, for example, you went to a wedding and you're looking through those pictures. We understand your friend Lisa is in the picture, and we offer to share the 3 photos with Lisa, and with one click, those photos can be sent to her. So the anxiety where everyone is trying to get the picture on their phone, I think we can make that better. Say, for example, if the photo in the same wedding, if the photos are underexposed, our AI systems offer a suggestion to fix the brightness right there, one tap, and we can fix the brightness for you. Or if you took a picture of a document which you want to save for later, we can recognize, convert the document to PDF, and make it much easier for you to use later. You know, we want to make all these simple cases delightful. By the way, AI can also deliver unexpected moments. So for example, if you have this cute picture of your kid, we can make it better. We can drop the background color, pop the color, and make the kid even cuter. Or if you happen to have a very special memory, something in black and white, maybe of your mother and grandmother, we can recreate that moment in color and make that moment even more real and special. All these features are going to be rolling out to Google Photos users in the next couple of months. And today, I'm excited to announce our next generation, TPU 3.0. These chips are so powerful that for the first time, we've had to introduce liquid cooling in our data centers, adding, as of today, 6 new voices to the Google Assistant. Let's have them say hello.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm your Google Assistant.
Welcome to Shoreline Amphitheater.
We hope you'll enjoy Google I/O.
Back to you, Sundar.
That's right, John Legend's voice is coming to the assistant. Clearly, he didn't spend all the time in the studio answering every possible question that you could ask.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Now you won't have to say, "Hey Google," every time. Check this out. Hey Google, did the Warriors win?
Yes, the Warriors won 118-92 last Sunday against the Pelicans.
Nice. When's their next game?
The Warriors' next game is today at 7:30 p.m., where they will be playing the Pelicans.
Great. It's going to be fun to watch tonight. Hey, remind me to find my Kevin Durant jersey when I get home.
Sure, I'll remind you when you get home.
Now notice that I was able to have a natural back-and-forth conversation with my assistant without having to repeat "Hey Google" for every follow-up request. Even more helpful, my assistant could understand when I was talking to it versus when I was talking to all of you. We call this continued conversation, and it's been a top feature request. You'll be able to turn it on in the coming weeks.
We gave you an early look at our new smart displays at CES in January. We're working with some of the best consumer electronic brands. And today, I'm excited to announce that the first smart displays will go on sale in July.
Today, you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Sure, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, what time are you looking for around?
At 12 p.m.
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.?
Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for?
Just a woman's haircut for now.
Okay, we have a 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. is fine.
Okay, what's her first name?
The first name is Lisa.
Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Great. Have a great day. Bye.
That was a real call you just heard. The amazing thing is the assistant can actually understand the nuances of conversation. We've been working on this technology for many years. It's called Google Duplex. It brings together all our investments over the years in natural language understanding, deep learning, text-to-speech. By the way, when we are done, the assistant can give you a confirmation notification saying your appointment has been taken care of. You'll hear about this from Android a bit later in their upcoming release. But one of my favorite features is dashboard. In Android, we're actually going to give you full visibility into how you're spending your time. The apps where you're spending your time, the number of times you unlocked your phone on a given day, the number of notifications you got, and we're going to really help you deal with this better.
This brings me to the new version of Android we're working on, Android P. Android P is an important first step towards this vision of AI at the core of the operating system. In fact, AI underpins the first of 3 themes in this release, which are intelligence, simplicity, and digital well-being. With Android P, we partnered with DeepMind to work on a new feature we call adaptive battery. It's designed to give you a more consistent battery experience. Adaptive battery uses on-device machine learning to figure out which apps you'll use in the next few hours and which you won't use until later, if at all, today. And then with this understanding, the operating system adapts to your usage patterns so that it spends battery only on the apps and services that you care about. And the results are really promising. We're seeing a 30% reduction in CPU wake-ups for apps in general. And this, combined with other performance improvements, including running background processes on the small CPU cores, is resulting in an increase in battery for many users. With Android P, we're introducing a new on-device machine learning feature we call adaptive brightness. Adaptive brightness learns how you like to set the brightness slider, given the ambient lighting, and then does it for you in a power-efficient way. So you'll literally see the brightness slider move as the phone adapts to your preferences. Last year, we introduced the concept of predicted apps, a feature that places the next apps the OS anticipates you need on the path you'd normally follow to launch that app. And it's very effective, with an almost 60% prediction rate. With Android P, we're going beyond simply predicting the next app to launch to predicting the next action you want to take. We call this feature App Actions. So let's take a look at how it works. At the top of the launcher, you can see 2 actions. One to call my sister Fiona, and another to start a workout on Strava for my evening run. So what's happening here is that the actions are being predicted based on my usage patterns. The phone is adapting to me and trying to help me get to my next task more quickly. As another example, if I connect my headphones, Android will surface an action to resume the album I was listening to. Now, as part of Android P, we're introducing a new system navigation that we've been working on for more than a year now. And the new design makes Android's multitasking more approachable and easier to understand. And the first striking thing you'll notice is the single, clean home button. And the design recognizes a trend towards smaller screen bezels and places an emphasis on gestures over multiple buttons at the edge of the screen. So when I swipe up, I'm immediately brought to the overview where I can resume apps I've recently used. I also get 5 predicted apps at the bottom of the screen to save me time. Now, if I continue to swipe up, or I swipe up a second time, I get to all apps. So architecturally, what we've done is combine the all apps and overview spaces into one. And the swipe up gesture works from anywhere, no matter what app I'm in, so that I can quickly get back to all apps and overview without losing the context I'm in. Simplified volume controls here. They're vertical and located beside the hardware buttons, so they're intuitive. But the key difference is that the slider now adjusts the media volume by default, because that's the thing you want to change most often. And for the ringer volume, all you really care about is on, silent, and off, like so. OK. We've also greatly simplified rotation. And if you're like me and hate your device rotating at the wrong time, you'll love this feature. So right now, I'm in the locked rotation mode. And let me launch an app. And you'll notice that when I rotate the device, a new rotation button appears on the nav bar. And then I can just tap on it and rotate under my own control. It's pretty cool.
He will show you a dashboard of how you're spending time on your device. As you saw earlier, you can see how much time you spent in apps, how many times you've unlocked your device today, and how many notifications you've received. And you can drill down on any of these things. For example, here's my Gmail data from Saturday. And when I saw this, it did make me wonder whether I should have been on my email all weekend, but that's kind of the point of the dashboard. Now, when you're engaging is one part of understanding, but what you're engaging with in apps is equally important. It's like watching TV. Catching up on your favorite shows at the end of a long day can feel pretty good, but watching an infomercial might leave you wondering why you didn't do something else instead. Many developers call this concept meaningful engagement, and we've been working closely with many of our developer partners who share the goal of helping people use technology in healthy ways. So in Android P, developers can link to more detailed breakdowns of how you're spending time in their app from this new dashboard. For example, YouTube will be adding a deep link where you can see total watch time across mobile and desktop, and access many of the helpful tools that Sundar shared earlier. Now, understanding is a good start, but Android P also gives you controls to help you manage how and when you spend time on your phone. Maybe you have an app that you love, but you're spending more time in it than you realized. Android P lets you set time limits on apps and will nudge you when you're close to your limit that it's time to do something else. And for the rest of the day, that app icon is grayed out to remind you of your goal. People have also told us they struggle to be fully present for the dinner that they're at or the meeting that they're attending because the notifications they get on their device can be distracting and too tempting to resist. And come on, we've all been there. So we're making improvements to Do Not Disturb mode, to silence not just the phone calls and texts, but also the visual interruptions that pop up on your screen. To make Do Not Disturb even easier to use, we've created a new gesture that we've affectionately codenamed Shush. If you turn your phone over on the table, it automatically enters Do Not Disturb, so you can focus on being present. No pings, vibrations, or other distractions. Of course, in an emergency, we all want to make sure we're still reachable by the key people in our lives, like your partner or your child's school. Android P will help you set up a list of contacts that can always get through to you with a phone call, even if Do Not Disturb is turned on. Finally, we heard from people that they often check their phone right before going to bed. And before you know it, an hour or two has slipped by. And honestly, this happens to me at least once a week. Getting a good night's sleep is critical, and technology should help you with this, not prevent it from happening. So we created wind down mode. You can tell the Google Assistant what time you aim to go to bed, and when that time arrives, it will switch on Do Not Disturb and fade the screen to grayscale, which is far less stimulating for the brain and can help you set the phone down. It's such a simple idea, but I found it's amazing how quickly I put my phone away when all my apps go back to the days before color TV. Don't worry, all the colors return in the morning. That's all great. How do I try some of this stuff? Well, today, we're announcing Android P Beta.
Now able to automatically add new addresses, businesses, and buildings that we extract from Street View and satellite imagery directly to the map. This is critical in rural areas, in places without formal addresses, and in fast-changing cities like Lagos here, where we've literally changed the face of the map in the last few years.
Our teams have been working really hard to combine the power of the camera, the computer vision, with Street View and maps to reimagine walking navigation. So here's how it could look like in Google Maps. Let's take a look. You open the camera. You instantly know where you are. No futzing with the phone. All the information on the map, the street names, the directions, right there in front of you. Notice that you also see the map, so that way you stay oriented. You can start to see nearby places, so you see what's around you. And just for fun, our team's been playing with an idea of adding a helpful guide like that there, so that it can show you the way. Oh, there she goes. On Google Lens. Now, people are already using it for all sorts of answers, and especially when the questions are difficult to describe in words. Answers like, oh, that cute dog in the park, that's a Labradoodle. Or this building in Chicago is the Wrigley Building, and it's 425 feet tall. Or as my 9-year-old son says these days, that's more than 60 Kevin Durants. Now today, Lens is a capability in Google products like Photos and the Assistant. But we're very excited that starting next week, Lens will be integrated right inside the camera app on the Pixel, the new LG G7, and a lot more devices. This way, it makes it super easy for you to use Lens on things right in front of you already in the camera. Very excited to see this. Now, like voice, vision is a fundamental shift in computing for us. And it's a multi-year journey, but we're already making a lot of progress. So today, I thought I'd show you 3 new features in Google Lens that can give you more answers to more types of questions more quickly. Shall we take a look? All right. Okay, first, Lens can now recognize and understand words. Words are everywhere. If you think about it, traffic signs, posters, restaurant menus, business cards. But now, with smart text selection, you can now connect the words you see with the answers and actions you need. So you can do things like copy and paste from the real world directly into your phone. Just like that. Or, let's say you're looking at, or you can turn a page of words into a page of answers. So for example, you're looking at a restaurant menu. You can quickly tap around, figure out every dish, what it looks like, what are all the ingredients, etc. By the way, as a vegetarian, good to know, ratatouille, just zucchini and tomatoes. Really cool. Now, in these examples, Lens is not just understanding the shape of characters and the letters visually. It's also actually trying to get at the meaning and the context behind these words. And that's where all the language understanding that you heard Scott talk about really comes in handy. Okay, the next feature I want to talk about is called style match. And the idea is this. Sometimes your question is not, oh, what's that exact thing? Instead, your question is, what are things like it? You're at your friend's place, you check out this trendy looking lamp, and you want to know things that match that style. And now Lens can help you. Or if you see an outfit that catches your eye, you can simply open the camera, tap on any item, and find out, of course, specific information like reviews, etc. of any specific item, but you can also see all the things and browse around that match that style. Now, there's 2 parts to it, of course. Lens has to search through millions and millions of items, but we kind of know how to do that, search. But the other part actually complicates things, which is there can be different textures, shapes, sizes, angles, lighting conditions, etc. So it's a tough technical problem, but we're making a lot of progress here and really excited about it. So the last thing I want to tell you about today is how we're making Lens work in real time. So as you saw in the style match example, you start to see, you open the camera, and you start to see Lens surface proactively all the information instantly. And it even anchors that information to the things that you see. Now, this kind of thing, where it's sifting through billions of words, phrases, places, things just in real time to give you what you need, not possible without machine learning. So we are using both on-device intelligence, but also tapping into the power of cloud TPUs, which we announced last year at I/O.
Welcome to I/O 2018. Please enjoy, and I hope you all find some inspiration in the next few days to keep building good things for everyone. Thank you.